Namaste, Hamisha Kushro Bitia. I am JVN Dr. Minakshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Shalakya Tantra, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. In today's session, we will discuss the management of the anti-uveitis. In previous sessions, we have already discussed what are the signs, symptoms. These were the symptoms. Then we discussed the signs, various signs of iridocyclitis. Then we discussed the complications and sequelae of iridocyclitis like complicated cataract, secondary glaucoma, cyclitic membrane, choroiditis, retinal complications, papillitis, band-shaped keratopathy, phthisis bulbi. Then differential diagnosis, the difference in the clinical features of granulomatous and non-granulomatous uveitis. Now we'll discuss the management of the iridocyclitis, the treatment of iridocyclitis. First, we should find out the etiology. We should narrow down the list of differentials by the history and examination of the case of anti-uveitis. There should be appropriate investigations. The ocular and systemic investigation should be done. And there should be referrals for systemic associations. Then we should treat the inflammation, that is the iridocyclitis. It will have the specific therapy and the non-specific therapy. The few ocular investigations which can be done are the fundus fluorescein angiogram. In case of the cystoid macular edema, if there is a complication, then we should go for the fundus fluorescein angiogram. If there is serpiginous choroidopathy, which is a pattern of lesion, then we should go for the fundus fluorescein angiogram. And next, there can be ultrasonography, especially in the cases of media opacity. And ocular tissue analysis should be done as an by the aqueous tap, vitreous tap, or chorioretinal biopsy. Then few systemic examinations should be done to rule out the systemic diseases like for sarcoidosis, angiotensin converting enzyme test should be done, serum calcium should be tested, the chest x-ray should be done. In case of tuberculosis, chest x-ray and Montauk's test should be done. In case of toxoplasmosis, the anti-toxoplasma antibody test should be done. In case of syphilis, the serology test, the VDRL and the FTA-ABS test should be done. Then commonly ordered tests are the core lab tests, which are the complete blood count, ESR, to ascertain the existence of any chronic inflammatory condition in the body. Then chest X-ray, which is a X-ray of the test, which is a radiological investigation. Then serum ACE and VDRL, FTA, ABS, that is for the syphilis. Other tests should be done depending upon the clinical suspicion. Then comes the treatment part. The treatment can be the medical treatment, which is specific and non-specific. Then there is the surgical treatment. First, specific etiological dependent, depending upon the etiology which we have known after the proper investigations of the systemic diseases. When we come to know about a particular systemic disease, then according to that we should give the specific therapy, like ATT in case of the tuberculosis, and parenteral penicillin in case of syphilis should be given, and the sulfan pyrimethamine in case of toxoplasmosis, the tetracycline treatment in Lyme disease, IV cyclover in acute retinal necrosis, and IV Cyclovir in case of CMV retinitis. Then next is the non-specific treatment. Non-specific treatment includes the cycloplegic drugs, the Mydriatic cycloplegic drugs. The second are the corticosteroids, and third are the immunosuppressives, immunosuppressive drugs. These are the non-specific systemic treatments, immunosuppressives. Then cycloplegic Mydriatrics, which is a local therapy under the non-specific treatment. It is they are very useful and most effective during the acute phase of iridocyclitis. The commonly used drug is 1% atropine sulfate eye drops or drops instilled 2 to 3 times a day. In case of atropine allergy, other cycloplegics like 2% homatropine or 1% cyclopentolate eye drops may be instilled 3 to 4 times a day. Alternatively, for more powerful cycloplegic effect, a subconjunctival injection of 0.25 ml can be given, and um, if 2.5 ml midration, a mixture of atropine, adrenaline, and procaine should be given. And the cycloplegic should be continued for at least 2 to 3 weeks after the eye becomes quiet, otherwise relapse may occur. Now, what is the mode of action of these Mydriatic cycloplegic drugs in iridocyclitis? The atropine gives comfort and rest to the eye by relieving the ciliary spasm and the spasm of the iris sphincter and ciliary muscle both. Thus, they relieve the pain. It prevents the formation of the posterior synapse and break the ones already formed. And it reduces the exudation by decreasing the hyperemia and vascular permeability. And it increases the blood supply to anti-uvea by relieving pressure on the anterior ciliary arteries. So, as a result, more antibodies reach the target tissues and more toxins are absorbed. Next, local therapy under non-specific treatment is the corticosteroids, and it is the mainstay of the therapy. Depending upon the site of inflammation and severity, the corticosteroids can be given the topical, periocular, and the systemic. So corticosteroids comes under the both under the local therapy and the systemic therapy, but it is a non-specific treatment. So topical drops will not be effective for intermediate, posterior, and pan uveitis. And there is a rule in the use of corticosteroids: use enough, soon enough. So we have to do a short duration course of the corticosteroids, and to always start with a higher dose and taper before stopping. We should start with a high dose of corticosteroids, and then later on we should taper down the dose and stop it. And to investigate before starting the corticosteroid, we should investigate properly. The three forms of the corticosteroids are the topical, periocular, and the systemic. The examples of topical corticosteroids are prednisolone and dexamethasone and fluoromethanol. The example of periocular corticosteroids are methylprednisolone and triamcinolone, betamethasone. The example of systemic corticosteroids are prednisolone, methylprednisolone. Then the immunosuppressive drugs, which are the systemic therapy under the non-specific treatment. In cortico, they are given in the Corticosteroid resistant or intolerant cases in vision threatening inflammations as the first line, and in very specific cases like Behçet syndrome, like sympathetic ophthalmitis and VKS syndrome, necrotizing sclerouveitis, the adverse reactions can be severe and life-threatening. Other immunosuppressive drugs are the antimetabolites, alkylating agents, and T-cell inhibitors. The antimetabolites are the methotrexate, azathioprine. The alkylating agents are cyclophosphamide, chlorambucil, and T-cell inhibitors are cyclosporine and tacrolimus. Then we comes to the surgery part. The surgery in the uveitis can be diagnostic or therapeutic. For diagnostic purpose, we can do the AC tap, vitreous biopsy, chorioretinal biopsy. For therapeutic purpose, we can do the cataract surgery, glaucoma surgery, retinal detachment surgery, and vitrectomy. Then the management of complications of anti-uveitis. Um, the cataract surgery is done if no active inflammation for at least 3 months. Then perioperative steroids are given and heparin surface modified IOLs are used. When glaucoma is there, anti-glaucoma topical medications are given. Peripheral iridotomy or iridectomy is done in Iris Bombay, and trabeculectomy with mitomycin C or 5-fluorouracil is done. In case of cystoid macular edema, the control inflammation is done by the corticosteroids. NSAIDs are given. Pars plana vitrectomy is done if persistent vitritis. Hypotony, the intensive corticosteroids and cycloplagia are given. The pars plana membranectomy is done for cyclitic membrane. In case of vitreous opacification, the pars plana vitrectomy is done. So this session completes here. Thank you so much. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you so much. It's an image you can see. They have shown the shape of the eyeball, which is oblate spheroid, and they have shown the anterior pole on the left side and the posterior pole on the right side, as you can see. And there is a meridian, there is geometric equator, geometric axis, you have vertical diameter. So the eyeball is surrounded by the facial sheath, which is known as a Tannen capsule. The eyeball is formed of segments of two spheres, anterior transparent smaller and the posterior opaque, and it is larger. Anterior pole is the center of curvature of anterior segment, and posterior pole is the center of curvature of posterior segment. The equator lies midway between the two poles. Here is a clear image in which you can see the anterior pole, posterior pole. Then what is an equator? Equator is an imaginary line about the eyeball, which is the equidistant from the poles. We have two poles, the anterior pole and posterior poles, and between the two poles there is a imaginary line perpendicular to the line joining the two poles, which is equidistant from the both the poles. Then what is meridian? It is one of many lines passing from pole to pole that intersects the equator at right angles. Then what is optic nerve? It leaves the eyeball slightly ventral to the posterior pole. Then comes the coats and the contents of the eyeball. There are three coats of the eyeball. First one is the outer protective layer, which is called the fibrous coat. It comprises of cornea and sclera. Cornea is a clear structure and the junction of the cornea and sclera is known as limbus. Second layer is the middle vascular layer, and it has three layers: iris, ciliary body, and choroid. Third coat is the inner nervous layer, which is known as the retina. So here completes the anatomy of the eyeball. In the next lecture, we will discuss the different coats of the eyeball. Thank you so much. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.